Okay, that was very weird. It was not starting. So now you got to see me fiddle with it. I know, that's really enticing. Whatever. Hey, it's a new day and I'm here again. And this has been a heck of a week. And it wasn't even like anything bad happened. It just, my mind and my body were like, I think we're done now. Not just with work, with creating, but just with, well, you don't want to do anything. And I don't like that mode. I love sleep and I love relaxing and I love learning, but I don't like the, let's not do anything. I mean, I did stuff. You can go back and see that I didn't miss a day. Like I just pushed on through. But it's like harder to think about what I want to do, harder to make decisions or to want to troubleshoot or to deal with the stats going in the YouTube studio. Whoa, something smells gassy. Like, what is it? Natural gas. That smell that they add to natural gas, or maybe propane. And that was a lot of it. Okay, it's not here anymore. Okay, so, sorry. Got distracted, and now I'm just sniffing. What do I smell? Okay. Easily distracted. I didn't want to get up this morning. I was having a really pleasant dream. And then my alarm went off. And then my puppy was like, feed me. Feed me time, feed me time, feed me time. And so then I got up and fed him, and then I got dressed for the cold weather. And then we're out here doing the walk. And then I'm lamenting my weak-ass sorrows. How are the geese? A goose? Gooses. I don't know, did I hear more than one goose? I think I only heard one goose. So it couldn't be geese. And now I'm just being weird. Oh wait, I'm always weird. So, didn't really create any songs. I had some prompt ideas. And then just, it's like, I'm not getting anything more than this idea. And so I set it aside. And I looked through what I had to see if anything else jumped out at me. And nothing said, I want to be creative right now. Okay, Cameron, right? So I really didn't write anything. I did my walks every day. I did my shorts every day. Nothing much in the news for the music. If you've been paying attention, it's a lot of year-end and a lot of Christmas stuff. Which I guess makes sense because apparently that's what you need to do. Since all the advertisers are pumping into YouTube, you need to have content that the advertisers want to be against. And if you're a small channel like me, with no advertising, YouTube goes, you aren't going to make us any money, so we're going to only fill you in. I don't know why I did that. But, it is what it is. And I'm still going for the long haul. We'll see where I am in a decade. In a decade, I'll be a decade older. And considering I'm 5.5 decades old right now, that seems like an impossibly large number. 40 was okay. I look at, Cameron wants me to stop. Okay, Cameron, hop up. Good boy. That's what a cane can't do. Stop for some branches. Of course, he hadn't been the last couple of times, so I had to make him more aware of it. But anyways, so yeah, I don't know why when I look at the number 40, it's like, hey, that's a good number. I look at the number 50, and I've been here for 5 years, and it's like, that number's weird. I don't feel old or 50 or whatever 50 is supposed to feel like. I often joke that I'm 25 for now the 31st time, because I just don't feel much different than I did when I was 25. I was really happy with my life at 25, and other than, of course, wanting to fix your flaws and do things slightly different, just nothing drastically has changed since then. Not mentally, emotionally, or really even physically. So, now my body is like, oh yeah, we have 30 more years of wear and tear to point out. But I'm doing some personal physical therapy. I'm not going to a physical therapist, but I'm doing some, this is how your body should move, and so this is how you can practice to do it kind of stuff. Because I have a really bad habit of sitting, when I stand up, of putting all the pressure on my knees instead of on my feet and then my glutes. So apparently when you stand up, you should be using your glutes to stand up and definitely not your knees. And when I do it right, my knees don't scream at me as I stand up. When I do it wrong, they're like, it's cold and you're using us? No! And then I'm like worried about hurting my knees, because if my knee does decide to go wacky, it hurts. It hurts so much that anytime I bend it, I have to cuss, just so it doesn't build up in me, I guess. Like, the cussing is the energy. Also, it has been so bad that I've literally had to grab my thigh and lift it up as I bend my knee to get it into a car. Because otherwise the body's like, we ain't doing that. We know how much painful this is gonna be. Bodies. I really envy people that have like serious knee injuries or any kind of joint injury. I'm hoping I don't get arthritis. My mom's suffering with that, and she hates it. I don't blame her. Pain whenever you're doing stuff cannot sound pleasant. And I did jam this thumb, 6 months ago, and it's never fully healed from it, so anytime I jam it again, it's like, hi, remember when you jammed us earlier? Yeah, we're not done healing. So we're gonna remind you that we're not done healing and tell you you're old and you stop using us. You don't need your thumb, do you? What good is a thumb? You don't hitchhike, so you don't need grabs at anything. And it's not like you're right dominant, so you really don't need that right thumb. Yes, I am a weird one. So, I did release a song this week. Christmas Midnight, So Divine. If you haven't checked it out, you should go check it out. My Christmas album, Big Waves Christmas Days, is doing well for me, which means it's getting listens, besides me. I'm a weirdo and like my own music because I created it mostly for myself, not for the mass audience. But yeah, just check it out. It's all here on my channel. This is my official artist channel. I have another channel, Uncool Music News. That's where I do 30-second shorts of the daily music news Monday through Friday. So you should check that out. It's ridiculous, and I have fun doing it. I also have a newsletter. You should check that out, especially if you want to get me in your email and read some of what's going on or what's my thoughts or what I'm doing at that moment that I sit down to type it. And that's all the plug-in for me, just so you know what I do. Thanks. Love and peace.